Hello, everyone. Hi. It's time for some training. You can't tag people to prevent any misuse, disagree. Okay, that's fine. I said yes. I hope I'm live. I think I'm live. I should actually look to make sure I'm live. I always do this just because I just worry a little bit that I'm not live. Hold on a second. Here we are. Here I am. Okay. So, hi everyone. I hope you're having a good night. My name is Michelle Howe. I am from Central New York and I am honored to be here. Thank you, Amy, and thank you, Naomi, for putting this together. I know that there's a need for it. And as I was looking at the speakers and we were engaging in emails afterwards, I'm like, my gosh, we're all like-minded and progressive and really for women and for transformation and for health and wellness. And what does that mean? I think based on our experiences, it's going to mean something different to each one of us, right? If you've had this situation, it's brought you down this road. If you had this situation, another road, and whatnot. So I'm one of the speakers here tonight, and my focus is healing the heart. It's a subject that's near and dear to my heart. Isn't that interesting? I just put that together. It's near and dear to my heart because really the heart is about feeling. And in my opinion, feeling is king. It doesn't matter what else is going right in the world, what else is going wrong in the world. If you are not feeling up to par, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's all connected. If you're not feeling it, something's got you down, you don't know what it is. Oh, you went to the doctor, there's a diagnosis, there's a treatment, there's a protocol. It's devastating in some way to you because it's a loss of control. It's a change in your life. It's a reprioritization of the norm. When all that happens, our hearts are there, and our hearts really are important. My gosh, it's more important than, well, physical condition of your heart, physical functioning of your heart is absolutely imperative, right? We need that. But the heart does more than beat, the heart feels. We as people, we do more than think, we feel. Certainly, we enjoy, we laugh, we cry, we experience relationships, we give, we take, there's a lot to us. So, my background, very logical, very intuitive, and very introspective person. I've always been that. Probably always will be. All along the way, I've had different, I would call them lessons, different experiences, some not so great, right? So, one of them would be similar to you, any type of diagnosis that really threatens your stability and threatens your norm, your life, your flow. Here we are going like where we're going, doing what we're doing, and we have our ideas and we have our plans. And, certainly there are challenges here. Life is happening all around us. We're part of that happening, right? Never ever would we expect something to come in that puts a monkey wrench in there, right? And never ever would we plan for, hormone problems. Never ever would we plan for, something devastating just happened in my family and it's affecting me and such and such. I've run into a lot, and I'm an ambitious, driven woman. I've always been, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. It drives us. It's passionate. It's wonderful, right? Very action oriented. And it wasn't until the last 10 years or so that I've actually gotten the flavor and the insight that there's more than action, do, achieve. There's quality of life. There's how do I navigate, how do I engage with what's going on around me? How am I feeling? Before that, it was like a moot point. I just did what I did. I followed suit. I went to college. I got married. I had children. Everything was already almost preordained for me. This is what you're going to do. And then there comes a point where something, whatever it is, comes into your life and you're wondering, is life ever going to come back to normal? What's going on? I feel out of control. This is horrible, right? And it's happened to me more than a couple times, and it probably will continue to happen to me. But it's hard to say how I would react, right? It's hard to say how you would react in the same situation. We're all going to react from wherever we're at, right? And whoever, whatever we're seeing happening to us. So there is no shame in that emotional side. I can tell you that crying is something I did to an extreme when I broke my ankle and I had to have surgery. To an extreme. My husband even looked at me and goes, "What is wrong with you? Why are you crying so much?" I'm like, "I can't stop it." I'm like, "I can't stop." So, we all handle these things a little bit different. But what each thing did, and I can remember specifically, and before I came on, I did a little bit of meditating to just see and clear myself, because that's part of what I do now. And I said, you know what? If something were to happen, if some really unforeseen thing were to come into my family, which is, my top priority is my family or me, if something to that extreme, everything would get reprioritized. Everything would get reprioritized, because guess what? As driven as what I am, there are things, and people are more important than things. So everything would get reprioritized, and yeah, life would not look the same, but it puts things in perspective. I remember, many, many years ago, I was probably mid-20s or something like that. I was going on a date. I was dating, right? And I was nervous, and all this stuff was happening, a new love in my life. And then all of a sudden, my uncle had to have like an emergency heart operation. And I remember very specifically thinking, that's nothing. Like, I'm not even worried about that. That guy, that date, whatever that is, I've got to go to the hospital. I've got to be there. And this trumps everything. Gosh, I would throw that word in there. That's very interesting too. So, but it really did. So along the way, things are going to happen, whether they're happening to you or happening to people that you love. How are we going to handle it? How are we going to be there? What do they need from us, right? What do we need to give ourselves? So tonight, my biggest delivery and message to you is energetic, believe it or not, energetic. I want you to understand that energy is contagious. Positive, uplifted, high vibrational energy is contagious. And the same goes the other way. There is a quality to energy. There's a quality that comes when we walk in the room, when you're having a meeting with someone, when you are going for a walk in nature, when you're by the beach, when you are having a phone call with your mother, when you're holding hands with your husband. There is a quality to that interaction. If you're in a meeting and someone walks in the door, immediately things shift because of who that person is that walked in the door. So it's vibrational. It's the person. It's what you carry. It's not just what you say. It's not what you don't say. It's who you are. You show up as that. You can't escape it, right? So oftentimes, and all the time, truly, I grew up this way, always looking out, always looking out, always looking out. I looked at what the people were doing. I was very observant, analytical. Why are they acting that way? What's in it with what's part of this question? And I was always struggling in some way, either anxiety or overwhelm, or I just was tired. I've got to eat something. It's been a long day. The food made me feel better. It was nourishing. So that feeling sensation, that is a feeling. So agitation, frustration, same thing. The feeling that you have overall. All of us want to feel good. Even in, the worst of situations, you can still feel centered and good. Like you can not identify so much with it, more witness it, move through it, hold your head steady. That's called grounding. That's called being in your body. That's called not freaking out, not freaking out. And freak out happens because we have fear. Fear is a component. It's a vibration. Fear is contagious. Let me give you some fear. Let's turn on the news. Let's listen to somebody talk to us that's spinning energy in their way for their own purpose to do what? To agitate you, to scare you, to share some fear. Doom and gloom, right? This is what's happening. Now, I understand reality, truth, right? There's also perception. We live in a world that has many different kinds of people with many different kinds of priorities. We all have a heart, right? Some of us use that heart to love, and others of us don't really care if we love because love is too vulnerable, too weak, too emotional. You get my drift? To love is huge. To love yourself is huge. Now, most of the time, here we are. We're looking out. We think love comes from out there. If I look a certain way, if I'm successful in a certain way, if I please this person, if I accomplish this and this and this, I will be respected. I will be worthy. I will be admired. I will be beautiful. And if I'm beautiful, I must be happy. Wrong. If I'm wealthy, I must be happy. Wrong. No. If you are connected and integrated within yourself, accepting within yourself, positive within yourself, then maybe you'll be happy. A lot of the things that I do, webinars and workshops and trainings, are around loving your life, healing your heart, is what I created and what came to me as I was talking to Amy. One day we met and she told me about this, and then next thing you know, I'm on this, talking to you today. So regardless of what's come your way, regardless, however you have reacted to it, whatever other people have told you, okay, that is going to happen, isn't going to happen, they're foretelling your life, giving you all these stats and all these scientific information and all of this, you need to take this and you need to do that. I want you to just step back a minute and understand that this is your life. You don't need to follow anybody's protocol for anything, truly. What you need to do is feed your soul what it needs at any given point in time. The people that I have seen that are depressed, they go into nervous breakdowns, out of the blue, they're burnout, right? They have not been listening to their heart. They have not been fueling or healing or connecting to who they are. They're so in their head that, where are they? Right? They forgot about their heart. If you don't do something every day, if you don't listen every day, if you don't pause every day, you're not listening. You're not connected to your heart. Because the heart would never, never, never have you run down, exhausted, depleted. That's your head running the show. Running the show. So I want you to just take another look at that. And I know we all have a head. We are all thinkers, right? We all have the capacity to intellectually put thoughts together, stories together, goals together, all these things that we have, right? And it's funny because I don't know when this happened exactly, but I follow the flow of what I feel. And maybe in some ways I'm highly organized, but not really. If I don't want to do something, there is no way I'm doing it. Even if the calendar says to go do it, right? So good and bad, what I'm saying to you is it's more important that you follow what you feel. And it's more important that you nourish and change that feeling. Now, vibration, right? Emotions, thoughts, people, all hold like a vibration. Overall, when I look at a person, I get an overall vibe from them. Then I get an overall vibe emotionally from them, an overall vibe mentally from them. How do they think? How are they feeling? Where's their insecurity? Where's their happy place? Where's their priority? How do you connect with them? That's a lot of what an empath does unconsciously every day. Okay? Vibration. You need to connect with your vibration. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Where is it in your body? How do I flow? Flow. My husband always says he doesn't like that word, flow. How do you follow what's coming your way without running into this frustration, that frustration, that's in my way, that's in my way? How do we navigate with ease? Even through the worst and hardest of situations, which, mind you, they are priceless moments because you will stop all of the crazy around you to focus on you. I'm getting emotional. To focus on you and your life and the meaning of your life and the value of your moments. And you will cry if something is scary to you, right? Jesus. Okay. You will cry. And that's okay. Because the crying will go away. Crying is a release. Holy jeez. Crying is a release. It's a beautiful release, actually. But we all look at it as weak. Is it weak to cry? If something brings you to tears, I'll give you an example. And I have to get to the content. My kids did field band. And every year, we're in Syracuse, we would go to the Dome. I swear to God, when it was the most beautiful, and this band is just doing an amazing job out there in this field, right? I am crying. Why is that? The vibration, the feeling was so beautiful that I cried. So it's you have so much that comes up. You've got to release how beautiful it is or how heavy it is. Either way, tears serve a purpose. So let me go on with these. I hope you got an idea of vibration, because vibration's huge. Raising your vibration basically means you are not stiff, you are not intolerant, you are not stubborn, you are not insensitive to other people. You have a tone and a voice and an approach that is beautiful. You share beauty with the world. The more you raise your vibration, the more you become that pure, beautiful tone. And I can usually tell my background was traditional accounting, CPA, business plan coach, consultant, traditional. Then, about 10 years ago or so, healer, spiritual teacher. I've done so much when it comes to healing on every level, right? So it's not just the physical body that needs healing. Everything is integrated. There's a spiritual component to it, an emotional and a mental. Any one on its own is not going to fix the other. It's all connected. By the time it gets to your physical body and it manifests into something, which sometimes needs to happen, that's the only way for it to move through. That's part and path of your transformation. That's how you move forward. That's how you will now be redefined by what's come your way. You will learn through each of these steps, each of these moments, and you will grow stronger than you've ever been, even if it looks like there's tears. I don't feel it. I can't get up. I am sick. I'm this, I'm that. I've never been through it directly, but I can tell you this much. It will pass. It will pass. Everything passes. You get up, you do what you need to do, you move to the next day. You find support near you, support from people that truly care, because they do exist. They do exist out there. So hopefully you have those loved ones near you that can be there for you. But that will pass. So in the middle of it all, don't get so discouraged that you think this is going to continue for the rest of your life, or your life comes, life goes. It's the cycle of what it is. And if it's your time, everything will be fine. If it's not, it won't be. It won't be. You'll be fine. You'll be fine either way is my point. You'll be fine either way. However this works out. The most important thing is that mentally you know that. It's not I think, it's I know that I will be okay regardless. I know, and I there are stages to this, because when my grandmother passed on, I was not prepared for that. And of course, if it was me that was dealing with something that was potentially trying to take me down, I think I would really react quite a bit at first. And then I'd come to terms with it, and I would find my way on my own terms. Find your own terms. Make this something that you can handle. You are navigating through. Because being a victim, thinking that you're a victim, is not going to solve anything. It's going to make you feel worse. Use whatever comes your way as a stepping stone to becoming the next best version of you. Okay? So, 3 to 4 tips on moving beyond emotional pain and trauma. All right? First, it's focus on feeling. I already mentioned this. Focus on your heart, and intentionally breathe into your heart and intentionally nurture that heart. When you feel yourself tighten and get out of breath I want you to intentionally bring your attention there, bring your hands there. And the idea is to, as you get more, there's more to learn. The idea is to soften your heart. Open it even more. Because your heart is the biggest energy system. I talk chakra language now. The single biggest thing that you have going on. It's bigger than your mind. It's your heart. So that heart will help you get through. All right? So focus on feeling and do whatever it takes to bring this open, expansive, bigger. My top tools, truly, meditation. Meditation, meditation. It'll shut your brain down from hysteria and running the same story over and over and over and over again. You are not your emotions. You are not a physical disease. You are not anything that's happening. You are the presence behind that. You are here experiencing this, but it's not you. What you're experiencing is not you. It's an experience through something. Okay? And I know it's scary, but it's an experience through something. And the moment you recognize that there's fear there, and you look at fear, and you address fear, you become friends with fear, fear no longer will have any kind of an impact on you. All right? You won't be afraid, and that's freedom. All right? Music will get you in the zone. Music will do it. Use it. Use it. Especially high vibrational, I would recommend 432 hertz. Just go on YouTube, 432 hertz. Put it in your ears, go to sleep with it. Notice the change in your mind. Notice the change in your body the next morning. Or even then, it doesn't take long. If you're very much of a feeler, this stuff is like God sent. Like, it totally transforms you. Because all day long, you're around energy that's not high vibration necessarily. A lot of it could be very low vibration. And you're doing okay. You're used to swimming in that. But now all of a sudden, you've got a struggle on your hands or you're down. You need to replenish. You need to restore yourself on a daily basis. The third thing is movement. I'm not really the poster child for this. I need to be better about my movement. But to be honest with you, dance. Dance, right? Some people like exercise. Some people like yoga. Movement. Move the body, because a lot of times we're tight. We are stressed. Everything gets tight. The muscles get tight. Everything gets tight. We're stressed. The cortisol goes up. Everything gets stressed, right? We need to bring that fun element into our bodies and relax. It's like our nervous systems are like bricked. No. Okay? No. So those are just a few tools and tips for you. There's more. There's more. And I just want you all to know that whatever you're going through, or whatever, if you're there for a loved one, what you need to do is listen. Just listen. Just be there. Sometimes, I'm not always perfect at this. I want to know the answer, right? So I'm like looking at all these things and I just want to know what the answer is. Sometimes not sometimes, all the time. There is a time and place. Let things flow. Let the universe, put your order in and trust the universe. Put your order in. You are the creator of your life. Put your order in. Set your tone. Set your intention. Nourish yourself positively, whether it's in thought or in food or people around you. Positive, right? Don't even think about changing them, right? But become aware of what is around you, because you matter and you are the number one person in your life. The number one person. You might have children or loved ones who depend on you and need you there. You cannot be there for them if you're running on zero or close to empty, or, this stuff that we neglect is not good. Whether it's responsibilities at work, responsibilities at home, responsibilities with our families, we have to become more cognizant and balanced in our approach to it. I'm putting myself in that list too. Balanced in our approach, and then allow these new ideas, which are holistic, whether it's a functional doctor, whether it's a homeopathic doctor, whether it's a Reiki healer, whether it's an IET healer. I'm telling you, there are some amazing, amazing, amazing things on the horizon. And I'm not going to discount the medical community, because I have to say traditional medicine has done amazing things as well. I would just add that there are other options, and there's more information than there has ever been. So this type of a group, this type of an education, this type of a forum where we are freely and voluntarily and out of our hearts, from our hearts, sharing the insights that we have is huge. Because I'll be honest with you, some of the topics and some of the speakers, they know their topic amazingly well, which is great. But I listen to it and I'm like, oh my God, somebody just tell me what to do. I can't, my path is here, you're over here. But I get some of what you're saying, and I might have that kind of an issue, but I'm not going to switch lanes and go all the way over here. So if we can make it easier for one another, and I think we're already doing that. Amy is brilliant. So is Naomi. So we're going to continue on this pace, and we're going to continue doing what we're doing because it's working. All right. One last note, the overload of information out there, the overload, whether it's social media, everybody's trying to sell you something, right? Or whether it's the news, whether it's products, whether it's grocery store, grocery items, whatever it is, we're constantly being sold or someone's trying to sell us their priority, their product, their service, whatever the heck it is, right? Be mindful to shut some doors. Shut some doors and reserve, claim your space, your space, your space. All right? Otherwise, you're going to go crazy, because I myself have tried to keep track of some of this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, there's too much going on in the world, and it's all actually good. It's just not good when you're eating all of it at once, right? It's good to see, it's good to know, but we all have different paths, and there's a different purpose for each of us. And following that guidance of where and what excites you is huge. It's huge. So anyway, I will let you all go. I hope you gain some knowledge from this. Hi, Elizabeth. I'm glad. Never thought about all this. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. No, a lot of things we never planned, Sarah. Never planned for hormone problems at 35 years old. Nope. In a lot of ways, I will finish with this. I understand we have had the year of all years. The year of all years. But there is a major shift going on. A shift in a raising of consciousness on this planet. In order for that to happen, a lot of things need to be juggled up and stirred up, whether it's emotions, whether it's physical problems, whether it's mental problems. All of that is related. We're spiraling because we're not taking the time to understand why and what is behind that. And what's happening is it's coming to the surface because status quo cannot continue. If you're not connecting at the heart, something is going to give. And as a society, we kind of forgot the heart. We think. That's what we do. We like to think. Everything is think. No, everything is not think. Everything is Be, nourish, be, act, right? Take action, but not this convoluted, crazy movement all the time. It's like a really noisy train, a really noisy old train, and we really want something much smoother, lighter, and brighter. Okay, so if you're getting interrupted in your life for whatever reason, see that as a blessing, and like the yellow light that says, okay, or a red light, we're going to stop and we're going to reevaluate. I trust you can do that. Any questions, anything that comes to mind or whatnot, you can message me on Facebook or send me an email. It's Michelle at empathevolution.com. Anything, truly. I am here to serve, and I'm grateful for you. Have a great day. Night. Night. Bye, everyone. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Amy. Angelica. Nice to see you. All right.